My name is Regina Nock, and I am part of Oxford Village Council. And today we are featuring the Battle of Washington Square Dunk A Redcoat. We are having a dunk tank with local dignitaries and local social celebrities to raise money for a new flagpole for Centennial Park. One of the really great things that we have today is we have Chief Mike Sowald from Oxford Village Police at 5:30. 6 o'clock is Superintendent Tanya Milligan. 6:30 is Orion Township Supervisor Chris Barnett. 7 o'clock is Amanda McDonough, who is the Oxford Community Schools Board President. Andy Burridge, who is a local person from England that is becoming a citizen, and this is his last mission as a British citizen. And at 7:30 we have Brian Bone with KB Mechanical, one of our sponsors. One of our other sponsors is here, Rush Cannabis, and we're just here to have a great time during the Our American Summer Bar Crawl and kind of raise money for a good cause and get out here and enjoy ourselves.
Hi, I'm Chief Mike Sowald with the Oxford Village Police Department. I'm here today to help raise money to put a new flag downtown and to help celebrate the village's 150th anniversary and America 250. So I'm excited to be here. Thanks for everybody that's coming today to help support us and raise money so we can put a new flag downtown and have some fun this weekend. Thanks, guys.
Hi everybody, it's Tanya Milligan, Superintendent of Oxford Community Schools. I'm at the Dunk A Redcoat event here in Oxford, and our goal is to raise money for a flagpole, so it's for a good cause, so I hope everybody is able to come out. Number one thing, I want to make sure everybody goes out to vote August 4th. We have a really important proposal on the ballot August 4th. It's the operating millage. 3 things you need to know about the operating millage. 1, it does not increase taxes for primary homeowners. 2, it's not a new tax. They've been paying this tax since the 90s. It will restore and it will renew the operating millage. So that's the second thing. And 3, every single community in Michigan pays this type of tax, has to vote on this type of tax. It's part of the Michigan funding system. If we do not pass this, we risk $7 million deficit annually. So get out and vote. Vote yes for the operating millage. Vote yes for our kids. And hopefully I'll see you at the polls.
We would love for you to join and follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/Oxford150 to follow all of our other events that we have for the rest of the year celebrating Oxford's 150th anniversary and the United States of America's 250th anniversary. We have multiple events, including the reading of the Declaration of Independence on July 8th and our dual anniversary celebration on July 9th, which includes the Sons of the American Revolution Honor Guard, Arts and Crafts, a Sign Your Own John Hancock Declaration, and the opening of the 1976 time capsule. Also make sure to meet us at Seymour Lake Park on August 11th for our Law Enforcement Appreciation event in conjunction with Oxford Township Park and Recreation, where we'll be having canine demonstrations, maybe a helicopter, different kinds of police vehicles and fire vehicles, and maybe a special surprise.
Good morning. My name is Jim Parkhurst. I'm a past commander and I'm the museum curator. This morning we've got 60 to 70 students coming in from the Learning Center here from Oxford to visit the museum. We hope to have a great day and teach them a few things that they may not be aware of and show them things in the showcase this morning. But other than that, we hope everyone has a great day and welcome you all back again. Thank you. I'll introduce myself. My name is Jim Parkhurst. I'm a past commander of the post. We have several of our officers with us today. A few showed up today, some of the auxiliary. We're doing a double duty today. Some of us are downtown with the Daughters of the American Revolution or dedicating a plaque that's downtown. So some of us are going down there. But this morning, we're glad to have all of you here with your smiling faces. We're going to show you some of the highlights that are inside the showcases. There are 250 uniforms on display inside these showcases. Second largest collection in the state of Michigan. I see a lot of big eyes this morning, just like to get in those showcases and grab stuff. Well, we got a few things here in a little while. We'll let you go up and try some hats on, explain to you what some of those things are. But for right now, just so you're aware, you're going to be on OCTV. See that guy back there? He's big. Wave at him. Give him a big smile and say hello. Hello. Yeah, there we go. You guys are all on. You're all going to be on TV. That'll get this aired, and it'll be on shortly, and you'll get to see it. And your parents can contact the station at OCTV and they'll tell you when it's going to be on. But for now, I'm going to walk around and kind of highlight some of the things that are inside the showcases. You're all aware it's the 250th anniversary of our country right now. If you notice this red, white, blue uniform that's up here, it's got that tricorn hat. That's the old 3rd Guard that was stood at Washington, D.C. But this is a reenactment uniform. They're real hard to find the originals anymore. Most of those are in big museums. But we're lucky enough to have one. This gentleman wore that in 25 or 30 events across the United States. And he was in a drum and fife corps. And shortly in Oxford, you're going to see that. They're going to have another group that's a drum and fife corps, and I believe it's coming up around the middle of July. They'll be doing the event here in Oxford for the 250th anniversary, but that's one of them. There's a reproduction of Civil War, but from this point on, everything you're looking at inside those showcases, it's the real thing. The medals are real. There's none of the fake junk showing up inside the showcase. It's the real thing. And as we walk around, you'll see a lot of different items. There's a French Hotchkiss machine gun inside. It's air-cooled. The old World War I doughboy uniforms that are inside the showcases from World War I. And when we get done, you can ask questions. The ones that are here, you can ask questions of the veterans that are here today. Somebody will say, that's not a Marine Corps flag. Well, it is. The World War II, in the old days from World War I, the Marine Corps flag was in blue. It said the United States Department of Navy, it was in blue. And the one you're wearing that you see all the time on somebody's yard, or if you've got somebody that was in the Marine Corps, they fly the red flag for the Marines. A lot of these, well, I should mention too, all these uniforms are right here from Lake Pointe, Oxford, and from Lakeville, Leonard area. It's all from our community right here. The 2 ships that are up here in these showcases up here, you've got the ship in the front, Battleship Missouri. In the back is the Japanese Yamato. That's how much larger that ship was compared to ours. This is a Maxim 1918 machine gun. It's water cooled. And you'll be able to walk around and take a look at what's up here when we get done. I'm going to highlight some important things that are in here. This uniform's really neat in itself. It's got a red beret. Devil's Brigade. They took places no one else could take during World War II. A lot of fancy hats and airplanes and submarines. The one that's up here is kind of important. I'll step down here by you guys. This plane up here, I don't know if you're aware of the Enola Gay B-29. It dropped the atomic bomb at World War II. So take a good look at it.
Money.
That's neat, isn't it?
I say money.
What are you pointing at?
Money.
Money. Money. That's a woman for you. Money. It's not as, it's still valuable. Pardon me. It's Japanese currency and occupation money from World War II. Some of it's real, some of the money that's real, you could actually take it to the bank and cash it, and then you get paid back in American currency with some of it. And some of it, so I think you'll see some more down here, was MPC money. And the money itself back then was from the Vietnam era, we were paid in MPC. We couldn't spend the American currency over there. This is a Japanese officer's uniform that's in here. It's on display, it's got the samurai saber and everything with it. Some of the medals are in here. We'll just keep moving and so we can get things moving along. You'll see all the pictures and things that are inside the showcases, the various tanks from World War I, the half tracks. You see the old style tanks they used as they progress, you'll see that kind of stuff. You'll say, what's this stuff doing in here? These uniforms, they're Canadian, British uniforms. They had, they had the beret with the medals and the little top knot thing on top. You like that, don't you? She was looking at that red thing.
What about that airplane?
Which one?
The black one.
This one?
Yeah.
The old Corsairs and stuff. I don't know if you guys are a little young for that, but they had a TV series on called Black Sheep. Bob Black Sheep, Major Boynton. He was the head of the group. A lot of history, if you look that up, you'll find a lot of information about that squadron from World War II. Where'd I didn't walk by them, they're down here. I wanted to show you these. There we go. There's one of them. There's two dolls. If you look, see that doll in pink?
Yeah.
And there's another doll over here. It's got the sparkly blue. Back in the day, from Vietnam, guys bought those to send those home to mom and sweetheart. Little ladies like you. Problem being, the MPs and the security guys caught some of them. The Viet Cong at the time were putting altimeter bombs in those things. What happens was, if they sent them home and it went up in an airplane, you got to realize, back then we just had airplanes or ships sending things back and forth. It takes 30 days to go by ship and by airplane. We had pay phones at the time. We didn't have cell phones like you have and smartphones. But anyway, there was an altimeter bomb put inside of these. They've been removed. And what happens was when you put those in the hold of an airplane, thank God that they caught them, as it goes up, it trips the sensor inside. It doesn't go off till you get back. As you get closer to the ground, then it blows up. So if you were on that airplane, it's a goodbye. Well, luckily they caught them and they started watching everything that was going through and censoring things. In fact, when I was in South Korea back in 67, 68, my mail was censored. A lot of stuff, this all happened at the same time. They went through everything looking for stuff like this so people didn't get hurt. What'd you do to your arm, young lady?
Sprained it.
Sprained it. I thought you punched somebody. Got to have some fun. Anyway, that's the story behind those. There's several ladies' uniforms in here. We'll move along down this way. If you get a chance when you're walking around, when we get you guys turned loose to look at things, if you see this picture right here, that tells the story of Vietnam. Those aren't leaves up there. If you look, those are all the units that fought in Vietnam. It tells the story of Vietnam. It's got the helicopters flying around. You heard of the Black Wall, the Vietnam Wall. The shadowy soldiers come back out. They had nothing to lose. They go back out to help get the guys out there trapped in Vietnam. That tells the story of it. There's only 300 of those prints ever made. That's one of them. What are you pointing at, little lady?
The knockout.
The what now?
The one that says knockout on it.
This thing?
Yeah.
This is the propaganda thing back there. This is supposed to represent Uncle Sam, and he's knocking out Hitler. Hitler, Mussolini, and they've got another one down here in Japan, the emperor over there. It's a propaganda sign made back there around World War II time. These all are different uniforms. You can see the patches are up in the top of the showcases all mounted. You didn't say anything about that. What's that?
An anchor.
No, an anchor? One of the guys was over on D-Day a few years ago and brought that back. I don't know how he got it back. I don't want to know. It's probably a piece of history that should have been left there. But that's one of those graph books. If you've seen the story on TV about D-Day and the guys with the Bangla twos and they blowed up the fence and the barbed wire, and the guys went in, they shot these things with a rope, and that was a hook that went up in the craft that hooked on the mountains, and the Rangers scaled them under machine gun fire. But that's one of those hooks. He happened to be walking on the beach, and one of those points happened to be sticking up and dug that out. I don't know how he got it, but we got it. but it's kind of neat. Oh, you like this? This is one of the units. It's a squadron, one of the squadrons back in the day, the airplane squadrons. That's one of their emblems. They painted on the fuselage. As we go this way, there's a lot of uniforms in here. These are combat gear. The first one on the left up here is the United States Marine Corps, World War II. The next one represents Korea, Vietnam, and Desert Storm. Those are combat uniforms right down to the shoelaces. Now I'll mention one more thing. Any of those weapons that you see, those machine guns are unfireable. The ATF checks them. You can't shoot them. There's no ammunition inside, so they're unfireable. Just like if you see these on the inside of the showcases, they're standing up. Those are all airsoft. They represent an exact replica of the real thing, but they're unfireable. I'll get to you when we come back around. How's that? As we keep going, you'll see all the combat gear inside the showcases. The helicopter, you guys all looked at the helicopter when you come by today. You've probably seen that several times. That was a Cobra helicopter used in 1966 during the Vietnam era. It had bullet holes in it, patched up. And when that's another thing, is you're sitting at that right there where she's sitting, that middle showcase, there's a picture on that wall back here, and it was in a local paper about a year and a half ago. A truck went through the side of that building. Those three showcases and this whole entire ceiling was hanging down. It was completely rebuilt in a year's time. We're still working on a few minor things, but we're getting there. And that's why you're back here today to visit us. But it took out all those showcases, had to be completely rebuilt. All this ceiling, everything you're looking at inside is new. Several of the tables, the floor had to be replaced. If you can imagine, if you're in a vehicle and hit that wall at 70 miles an hour, the destruction it caused. Cement blocks were laying clear out over here where he's standing back here by the table. There was pieces of table crushed. Thank God it didn't happen on a Friday night fish fry. It happened on a Sunday at 12:30, the middle of the day. 2 people were in the kitchen cleaning the kitchen, and one of our guys, who was a past commander, Rick, he was counting the lottery machine stuff, and he thought a bomb went off. In fact, he thought something blew up in the kitchen. And when they came running, the headlights of the truck were sitting right there where you're sitting right there, that middle showcase. The headlights were sitting right there, and the engine was still running in the truck. But you get an idea what took place. If you look back there on that wall, when you get a chance, I'll show some pictures up there in that black frame that's back there. We'll keep going. There's a lot of, somebody asked about these. Are these real? They were real. These big 105 and 5-inch deck gun shells were all real, but they're not now. They've all been defused. They won't hurt anybody. As we get to this showcase, there's a lot of uniforms and stuff here. It's different type of things that are inside these showcases. You can look, some of it's combat gear. 10th Mountaineer Snow Ski Division, the big white uniform that's in the top. When you get a chance, when you get up to walk around, I want you to look, there's a flag in this showcase, very important flag. We think it may be the only one of existence. The State Archives, Lansing, came over. They took a picture of this flag. Back in 1920 and 21, Crane, a legislator that was out of the Upper Peninsula, he was trying to, and they had other people up there, they were trying to get the Upper Peninsula separated from our lower part, and they wanted to make it a state on its own. So they created that flag. It's a copper-colored flag. If you look at the pioneer, he's hanging on the musket at his side. His right hand is at his side. The writing is the same, it's just a different color, and if you look at the island, it's different. There's 3 different versions of the Michigan flag inside the showcase. Today it's a blue flag. He's waving with his right hand in peace, for peace and friendship. Still has the musket there. A lot of auxiliary stuff, organizational things inside the showcases, but that's very important that's in there. If you look up here, there's one in the center when you get a chance to look at it. That's a real GAR, Grand Army of the Republic Civil War. That's what they wore. They had their cape or their jackets they wore. It's got a big black plume feather on it. That's the real deal. And Frank Paul, Post 187 from Oxford, was located right here. And he is buried in the cemetery up there where the old cannon is on the hill. And if you look on the front of that jacket, you'll see a medal. It looks like the Medal of Honor, but it's not. It represents each branch that fought during the Civil War. And on the edge of that star, you'll see each emblem that's on it engraved. And if you were a member of the Civil War Veterans Group, you had one of those. Again, there are different uniforms inside. Boy Scouts from 1921, this post has sponsored most of the scout groups around here. The baseball, Oxford American Legion sponsors baseball. They still do that. We had the Moms Club that was here. We sponsor a lot of other things. Anyway, the Boy State and Girl State Trooper programs, scholarships at the high school. So as you advance in school and you get to be a senior in high school, make sure you look. The American Legion and the Auxiliary, we sponsor those programs. There's a Helen Smith scholarship. We usually give away $2,000 or $3,000 in scholarships every year. So as you grow up, but remember that. Go to your counselor and talk to them and see if you can apply for a scholarship.
Did you hear? She wants to know if anything got damaged when the truck ran into the building.
When that truck hit this building, everything you see from that stage up there down was hauled out of here, taken to Mount Clemens, dry cleaned, sewn, patched, and repaired. There were a few things that were destroyed. We had a second uniform and replaced it and put them back in. But you can imagine right here where you guys are sitting right here, if you were sitting here on a fish fry on a Friday night, you wouldn't be here today. It created a lot of damage when it hit this place, but luckily it happened on a Sunday at 12:30 in the middle of the day. So you're here and everything's good, and that's a good thing, isn't it? She's smiling, thinking about that one. Yeah, buddy.
What's that big gold circle?
That big golden circle? I should have got that out and you could have put that on your head. The Viet Cong and the South Vietnamese, even in Korea, they wore those. It's a straw hat, a version of a straw hat. Some of them are much bigger. We had a large one that was about 3 foot diameter. It got destroyed, and that's a smaller one. We had to replace it. But they wore those out when they were working in the rice paddies in the fields and kept the sun off. And they actually had a big umbrella, kept the sun off. And when it was rain, they kept right on working over there in the rice paddies. But that's what that was used for. Yes, the lady with the broken arm.
What is that? What is that uniform over there with like the blue right there?
Oh, this one with the blue? Friday night he was in here. If you guys know where the Corvette shop, you ever go by the Corvette shop down in Lake Orion out there on Clarkson Road, he's got the fancy Corvettes. And if you ever meet him, he's got a big curly mustache. He was in here Friday night with his family, and he sat right there because that was his uniform. He was in the West Point back in '65 when he was a young man. He ended up as a captain when he got out of the United States Army. And that's another thing. See that emblem on that hat? I shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to. That emblem is not polished brass. The early ones, the early West Point, they were what they call a tar type hat, made out of cardboard and looked like tar. But anyway, the early emblems like that were actually plated in gold, 24 karat gold. You can scrape the gold off, but don't do that. That's the only one we got. I thought it was crushed when it hit the building, but it wasn't. I think what we're gonna do is let you guys get up and walk around. We got some vets back here that are over here. You can walk by and ask them some questions, and we're gonna go back to that table over there and you can try some different hats on, and I gotta ask you guys something about, I got an item over here. So get up, look around, got some more questions you can come and ask us.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States. Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
I'm Chaplain Randy Puff. I'm part of the Veterans Ministry here at Lake Pointe Community Church.
My name is Rob Longo. I'm also a chaplain for our Veterans Ministry at Lake Pointe Community Church, and we'd like to invite everyone to our Vet Fest, which is our 17th annual Vet Fest here at Lake Pointe. We've got a lot of things going on. We have about 300 to 400 people showing up. The doors open at 10:30, and we also have a band called 2XL. They're all an awesome band. They start at 11. We have lunch for everyone, free t-shirts to all the veterans, and a lot of things happening. We have a car show also. I think it's the Model T, and then a couple other private car owners will be here. And we'd just like you guys to join us and to have a good time. And it's for the veterans, and bring your families, your children, and just come for a good time.
Hope you all show up because we're going to have plenty of hot dogs and hamburgers, maybe some brats and plenty of desserts.
So we also have a gentleman here. His name is Jim Miller. He's going to be our guest speaker. And he's been serving the military as an Army veteran. He's just stepping down from being the head chaplain for the whole United States military. And he's going to be speaking at our event. So it'll be on a Saturday. And we just love to have you come and listen to him. He's got a lot of good stuff to talk about, and his adventures in the government and what he's been doing for the last several years.
Hi, I'm Melissa Pace, and I represent the spouses here for the Veterans Ministry that we have at Lake Pointe. We would like to cordially invite you and your families, yes, including the kids, to come join us on July 25th from 11 to 2 for our 17th annual Vet Fest. With that, we will have a wonderful band, we'll have wonderful food, free t-shirts for every veteran that attends, and just a wonderful time. We're also going to have 15 different organizations for veteran services. You're welcome to come join us on July 25th from 11 to 2 here at Lake Pointe off Drainer.
And again, we'd just like to invite you out. If you could call the church, 248-628-0038, and let them know that you're coming so we know how much food to plan for. Yeah, that would help us out a lot. So.
Yeah, and also we've got about 15 vendors that are coming to help out some servicemen and women if they need help. These organizations have a lot of information to give to veterans, so that'll be helpful for whoever comes, and for hearing, for dental, for other things to support your families, for housing. There's a lot of organizations that'll be here to help you out.
If you're worried about getting around out here, the picnic will be inside the church, not outside, so you have more accessibility to get in and out, and you don't have to walk up and down the hills. So that hopefully that helps you out. We just again be blessed to have you here.
Yeah, because in the past we used to have it outdoors all the time, but because of the rain and scheduling, so we decided to keep it indoors every year now. So it's a lot easier for people to come and go. We have porta potties, like I said, the car show. So there'll be a lot of things going on that day.